Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, we are starting it off giving Louisville two big L's down. Last night, Kentucky and Louisville battled it out once again at Rupp Arena, and Kentucky won 93-85. And actually, man, it was a fun game to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. Louisville definitely is on the way up. They almost back. They not quite back, but they do have a competitive team. Even though they've suffered some bad losses. When they at full strength, they look like they're gonna be a competitive team. So we're gonna have to watch out for them in the next couple of seasons, I'm sure. But last night was our night, and we bounced back, man. I think we shot 53%. From three, 52% from three, and we needed one of them games, man, because the last several games, I think maybe the last 4 to 5 games, we had shot under 30% as a team from three. So the bread and butter, if you will, what made us a strong team, we had been slacking off in that area, and we had been in some games where we were struggling. And last night we was looking a little bit more closer to what we normally expect from our team. We didn't shoot free throws really good. Actually, we missed a lot of them, especially Lamont Butler, and I'll get to him in a second, because he could have probably had 38 or 40 ball if he would have knocked down all his free throws, man. But we need to work on the free throws. We shot 64%. We did have 11 turnovers, even though we had 23 assists. But overall, man, we shot 58% from the field and 52 from three. We was looking good. We was playing hard on defense. We gave up some easy buckets, but we still overall played hard on that side of the ball. But, man, we got to get into these highlights because we've got to check out Lamont Butler. He absolutely went bananas in his first game back off of injury. I honestly didn't expect him to play tonight. But I guess, it was just one of those moments where if you're at Kentucky and you can go against Louisville, you got to play against Louisville. I know there have been a lot of hype around this game where some of the Louisville fans were saying that, one of the main reasons they came to Louisville, or not Louisville fans, my bad, but Louisville players, is that they wanted to be a part of this rivalry. They wanted to compete against Kentucky, and I'm sure, everybody on our side echoes that same sentiment. And Lamont Butler did not disappoint. He showed out. He definitely did his thing. He ended up with 33 points, and it could have been somewhere close to around 38. But, I mean, perfect game, man. 10 for 10 from the field, 6 for 6 from three. Like I said, the only thing he did bad was he just missed a couple free throws. He had 6 assists, so he's making plays. He had 3 rebounds. I think he had a steal or 2. Dude was just, he was getting it done. He carried the team, and other guys stepped up and followed his lead, and we ended up getting this victory. But like I said, let's get into these highlights. I know y'all tired of listening to me talk. But yeah, I didn't. At first, I thought Robinson was gonna be the one that was gonna go crazy because Robinson kind of started off kind of hot, and overall, I think Kentucky was ready for this game because they came out the gate with a lot of good energy, making plays like this, some big buckets like that in transition. They look prepared. It looked like Coach Pope, even though technically he's not been a part of this rivalry as a coach, he knew what to expect, and I think he knew how to prepare his guys for this game, and they was ready, man. But what can we say? Butler was just, like I said, Butler just went bananas, man. Like he was doing everything. And look, Kobe Bryant looked like everybody was just playing like with big confidence. They was ready, and like we've been saying, this is just what you know, there ain't no more easy games left. It's all going to be battles like this, and they have to come out with this type of mentality against anybody. Amari Williams didn't really, if you look at his box score, he had a solid mid-level game, but he made a lot of good passes, man. And he didn't really turn the ball over that much. And that was one of, the things that we was worried about with Williams, is just sometimes he over-dribbled a little bit. But when he's like wheeling and dealing, making plays for the rest of the team, man, he's tough. He ended up with 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 points. But like I said, he made some real good passes, man. And that's one of them plays that from Butler where, I was talking about that when I watched some of his clips before he got to Kentucky. I said, with him just kind of being like strong and physically built, I knew he would be able to just bully his way to the basket against certain people. And he did that when it was necessary, and when when they left him open, and surprisingly, he got a lot of open looks. He just kept hitting the three. He just decided he was going to have himself a game, and it wasn't nothing Louisville could do to stop it. It was just like I was waiting for him to finally miss one, and he just kept on making them. Kentucky had a lot of good plays like that, too, where they was cutting to the basket. They kind of mixed up the offense pretty decent, in my opinion. They, they had a lot of plays at the rim. They had a lot of action going towards the basket, along with, of course, they were shooting the three like they normally do. But a lot of, I seen a lot of shots like that where it was just the guys just looked confident, like Carr doing what he do, holding down the rim as usual with a solid, almost double-double, 10 points and 9 rebounds. Ortega got a lot of money around the bucket as well this game. He ended up with 17, 7-11 from the field. But yeah, they were working around the basket. Like I said, Louisville was missing some key players, and Kentucky definitely took advantage of it. Brandon Garrison got a lot of minutes last night. I think he ended up playing like 24 minutes. And he had like a solid, well-rounded game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 points. And Garrison was making some nice passes as well. That's one of the things about our big men that we've all, we've seen it from the jump, is that they pass really well. And Pope has a lot of confidence in them being the playmakers. Because we really don't have like a traditional point guard. We really don't have a guy that kind of like directs the traffic, who determines who gets the ball and who gets certain amount of shots. Like, we don't really have that. We kind of just let the offense be what it is and let the ball move to where, to the open man in most cases. So a lot of the times, if our big man is really active and really getting the ball, they're going to have a lot of room to make decisions and make plays for the team, and they both did really well. When you look at it, and you get basically you get around 8 assists from your big man. That's equivalent to a good point guard. If you can get 8 assists from both of your big men. So even though we don't have a stamped complete floor general, we got a lot of guys that can make plays for other people. And then we got a couple guys that's scoring around the bucket. And then, the perimeter is what it is. When we get Kobe Barea and Robinson going, and then Butler giving us, 6 3-pointers, we're going to be hard to beat. But I love the bounce back, because even though we had been winning, we hadn't really shot the ball well. So this is one of them games where I'm hoping that it's going to spark them and it'll follow through for the next couple of games, because, keep bringing it back. The competition is just going to get tougher and tougher. But shouts out to Louisville, man. We had to give y'all the L's down, but, that's more of a revenge for what y'all did to us in football. We got completely destroyed in football, so we had to get that back to y'all on the court. And yeah, man, we'll see what kind of season Louisville ends up with, because if they can get healthy, see what they can do in that ACC, and hopefully now that we've got our W over them, they could get some wins and start making some of them other ACC teams look a little worse, because the SEC is just it's kind of insane this year with how many good teams is in the SEC. SEC had, is generally looked at as a football conference, but for some reason basketball is going crazy this year, and it's probably going to stay that way for a little while. So, this is what we got to deal with. Tough competition: Auburn, Alabama, even Arkansas, Tennessee. It's a lot of teams in there. Florida. It's going to be tough, man. So I like to see Kentucky, start to look like they improving again. But man, look, before we end it, still I gotta give another shout out to my guy Lamont Butler, man. I mean, I don't understand, bro. He went absolutely nuts, man. 33 points off of an injury. That's crazy. And we needed it, man. Because unfortunately, Kerr Kriisa is gonna be down for a little while. I don't know. I don't know if he'll even be back this season or not. I haven't really been keeping up with what they've been saying about him. I think I heard that just right now it's indefinitely. So, thoughts and prayers for Kriisa. Hope he has a speedy recovery, man. We miss you out there on the court. But other guys are stepping up in his absence, man. Travis Perry is getting some minutes here and there that he probably wasn't expecting that he was going to get. And he looking a little uncomfortable out there right now. So hopefully, he'll start to settle in, because he might have to play 5 to 10 minutes a game with Kriisa being out. So hopefully he's getting ready, because we probably going to need him. If we ever get in some foul trouble, it could get a little shaky in the backcourt. So, Perry's got to be ready for that. But anyways, we wrap it up right there. You guys let me know what you thought about this game. And what do you think about Louisville's team overall? Do you think they're going in the right direction? Do you think they're going to bring it back to make this rivalry competitive? I feel like it could become competitive in the next couple of seasons. But I'm loving what we did to them yesterday, man. So anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.